Yes.
So, last session, your individual paths took rather dramatic and revealing turns. Liska, summoned by Verse of Might, a towering wild speaker who revealed himself to be an Urson, one of the bear folk of the north. He challenged your Steel Legion doctrine and charged you with a sacred trial to find and raise a dire bear cub, fated to be your companion. To this end, he gave you a totem and a special sap to bind your spirits. You immediately sought out Tuli, entrusting her with a staff of the woodlands to aid in the quest. After activating the totem, you both journeyed into the Tahosian jungles. Your search led not to the cub, but at least for the moment, but to the tracks of a large adult dire bear, fleeing from a three-toed predator, turning your rescue missions into some sort of tense hunt. Dejar, you confronted the chilling extent of the conspiracy facing Tektahos. In a private meeting, Archmage Etzel as Cuttle revealed that the assassin you hunt, Rakan the Pale, is a Rakshasa, a shape-shifting fiend who has infiltrated the city's underbelly. Etzel also disclosed the theft of a powerful artifact, the Tome of Clear Thought, likely now in the hands of the Obsidian Brotherhood's allies. Armed with this knowledge and lore from the Spire's archives about the power of a fiend's true name, you proceeded to the Hunter's Keep. There, you met the boisterous Grand Hunter Vorsha, who confirmed your quarry was hiding in the Crucible Mountains. He proposed a daring plan to act as bait in an explosive trap, securing a 2-week window to execute it before the Lodge attacks in force, taking this opportunity to do so. The day began with a moment of that sort of divine astonishment. Angus, your culinary skills proved so transcendent that they summoned a champion of Tahos, the Chariot, who descended to possess Rao's body simply to enjoy the breakfast. Humbled and impressed, the spirit departed, leaving Rao bewildered and without his meal, unfortunately. Building on this momentum, you and Zerth took the city by storm, magically constructed a grand temple in the Serpent Bazaar. The spectacle drew a massive crowd, and the city guards, whom you deftly managed to help with, the help of Varesh as well. You announced a future auction for a meal with the gods, creating a citywide buzz. Amidst these grand events, deep bonds were tested and forged. Vellum, while working at his forge, was approached by Varesh. She offered a business partnership for a new workshop, but the conversation quickly turned personal as she confessed her growing affection and admiration for you. Deep in the jungle, Liska and Tuli shared an intimate campfire conversation. You revealed your shame of the mountain's fury, the horns that you now possess, a manifestation of grief and fury from Vellum's temporary death. Tuli comforted you, sharing her own story of loss and grief, leading to a profound moment of connection that ended in a kiss. With secrets revealed, fiends to hunt, and relationships blossoming, we come back to Tektahos, to Angus. There it is.
I
So, the sun has long dipped below the jagged skyline of Tektahos, and in its absence, the Serpent Bazaar swells with flickering flame and fevered energy. Around this newly risen ziggurat, its black obsidian walls gleaming like wet glass underneath the lights of dozens of braziers. A festival atmosphere has taken root. Guards in feathered helms patrol in rotating pairs, their armour catching the golden firelight as they move through the throng. Their faces remain impassive, but their steps quicken as the crowd thickens. Vendors shout, improvising new songs about the temple that rose from the bones of the earth, selling holy charms, fruit-drenched liquor, and sizzling meat skewers to anyone passing by. So clearly, taking advantage of the massive crowds that have gathered here. Children dart between legs, shrieking in laughter. Nobles in glittering masks observe from the edges, fans fluttering in a feigned air of detachment. Clearly, word of the temple has spread. A divine miracle, some say. A forbidden stunt, others whisper. But tonight, this is the place to be. Within the temple itself, smoke and sound swirl like spirits. Sacred gloom is alive with motion. The great columns dedicated to the living god shimmer beneath the ghost-like braziers. Their gemstone inlays catching the flames' hues and throwing scattered rainbows across the black floor. Zerth kind of leads the rhythm, standing at the heart of the chamber. His golden violin hums a hypnotic harmony over the pulse of skin drums and the mournful sighs of curved reed flutes. The beat is unmistakably Tahosian, ancient, syncopated and alive. Around him, dancers in flowing veils and feathered mantles begin their ritual movements, weaving between the altars with deliberate steps, part worship, part celebration. And ever present, like a river that never runs dry, Angus's endless flask of ale flows freely. Carved stone mugs are raised high and clinked with reckless laughter. And you can see the faithful, the curious and the opportunistic mingle beneath the watchful stone gazes of Tahos, Manzala and their divine kin. Tonight, the temple lives. Angus and Zerth, what are you both doing here?
He's been resting up, partaking some of his long rest and just trying to sort of regain his energy for the next big event. And he's kind of got that thought. Zarth lad, as he kind of looks around and sees perhaps where he is at.
I feel like Zerth is kind of moving around the outskirts of the crowd, kind of staying to the, kind of mezzanine area, kind of like this secondary floor, like up the steps, so he's staying above the heads of the general crowd. And yeah, he's just playing ambient music, kind of keeping the mood festive, but he'd likely see Angus motion, kind of hear him, and just kind of slowly start kind of making his way over while still playing. It's like what did you do, my friend?
But it's easy to see you up there. I suppose that's the point. Should not be too much longer before the main event, as he sort of peers out the open door and sees the sun's maybe a little lower.
Oh yeah, it's getting past the horizon now. It's getting to evening time, where the skies are beginning to darken.
I's wanting to grab the lad. I can't believe it. I forgot his name.
Well, you mean Banzala?
No, yes, but not him.
Quasali,
The right lad.
the snake one.
Not the snake.
Tahos.
The one with the pot. The lad who lives in a pot.
Zerth is just kind of like, do I know this? This man in the pots.
Can't believe you've forgotten his name already.
Raz.
It's been a busy day.
Raul. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember if Zerth was there when y'all met Raul. But regardless, let's say he was. Raul, the angry belligerent fellow that likes to insult you.
Yes, good lad.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring him along for some of his various magics for this as well. It involves a beastie of his people, and when we met on breakfast, he was interested in it.
Of course. Do you perchance know where he is?
He's probably in his pot.
Well, do you happen to have a means of contacting him? Because I do not know him.
Ah, let me see. I should have a message prepared.
There's just like, I can scream, I can yell his name real loud with thaumaturgy, but unless he's not nearby. Actually, we're in his little area, right?
I mean, yeah.
In this little druid grove, like adjacent to it.
Yeah, Raugul, you can very clearly see the massive temple just on the, at the edge of the promenade outside of your grove.
Oh, I see.
Massive crowds are gathering around it, and it's very noisy.
Damn, I guess it's time to party then.
There's a little blip that enters your mind as you recognize being the target of ascending. Hello, lad. A party is getting started. At nightfall, we bring a coup atl. Come on by. You have a spot of honor.
God, didn't we talk about not being able to summon one of those? I can't remember. I'm guessing you figured it out.
Yes.
He is a
Very well.
cleric,
That's true.
and Kawakas are a specific type of creature.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'm off to the party then. Hell yeah.
Alright. As you begin to push your way through the crowds, you can see a number of them are passing for you. Clearly, some of them recognize you. Some of them turn and kind of whisper in. What's the term? Not quite disgust, but sort of disdain and very much with the air of looking down upon you. You are very much the renowned, or at least very much considered the infamous town fool. And many.
Let them hate.
Indeed.
They always hate those that speak the truth.
Indeed, and much of the upper class tend to overlook you, tend to underestimate you. But as you push past through the throng, as you make your way up to the front of the temple, a couple of the guards see you, kind of place their spears in cross guard in front of you. Be your business, Raugul.
I have been summoned to this temple for a divine ceremony. Let me through. I am but a priest of this land. I have as much right to be here as you.
They'll look to each other for a moment. One folds his arms. You got an invitation?
Half of me's... Don't start a fight, man. Do I have sending? I don't think I do. I don't think I can tell... you know what? I know how to get the clerics. How long do I have to reply, though? Because I've already, like...
It's been a little bit.
Yeah,
I'd have to...
you'd have to do it again. Oh yeah? A minute
Duration's one round. Never mind.
Yeah, I have to
There you
reply
go.
instantly,
Yeah.
I didn't. So there's only one way I don't have thaumaturgy either. Darn. Let's see if there's a way I can shimmy past.
Sorry,
these
the
guards
fire
real quick.
marshal says that we're full.
I mean, I literally, I literally could just walk away, shape change Hawk, and fly into the fucking temple, dude. Like, what are they gonna do to stop me?
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Fine, if you're not gonna let me in, I'll just do what the druid does. I have a million ways to get into this.
Alright, so you make your way just out of the crowd, kind of push past it. A couple of nobles seem to sort of jeer at you, seeing that you've been turned away. But you kind of fucking pay them no mind as you make your way behind a tent, sort of just to break line of sight. And you shapeshift into...
Come back as T-Rex.
I was thinking, like, I was thinking. That's when I said, "Don't start a fight, dude." When they said, "Do you have an invitation?" Like half of me was like, "Shape change T-Rex, dude." Like, yes, here's my
Got your
invitation.
invitation right here.
Don't start a fight outside the temple, man. Yeah, I'll fly. I'll fly overhead and I'll look for the individuals that I'm sure stand out from the Tekdahos residence.
As you shapeshift into a... It's your eagle, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Shapeshift into an eagle, butter over over the top of the enormous crowd that's gathering here. You fly your way into the temple, kind of perching up on one of the sort of overhanging lintels near the ceiling. As you look around, you can very clearly see, while it is fairly packed in here, with all manner of high individuals from various places of high society, presumably around Tekdahos. You can see what looks like representatives of a number of the noble houses here, and you also see playing his golden violin, strutting along the mezzanine, is a... I don't think you would have seen Zerth before.
I haven't met Zerth yet, no.
You see what looks like a demon individual, very garishly ornamented. This puffed out purple shirt, long ornate horns, flush red skin. He looks like the embodiment of the party here. And among the crowd, you can also see, standing out very obviously, a squat-looking dwarf with a large orange braided beard, a long braided mustache.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, I guess I just fly up, shape change out.
A few individuals of the party kind of gasp as you shape change. This hawk just suddenly shape changes into a human figure right in the centre of the hall. A number of them part away, and the crowds briefly die down. Everyone's looking at you right now.
I was about to say transforms into a barely dressed man, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
just in fashion.
Yeah.
that's kind of everyone here, yeah.
They're just like an awkward sign. Just
Yeah. Just
I have found him.
awkward
There's
silence
something looking-
as everyone in the party just focuses on Raugul, the infamous town fool.
Hail.
They're still playing. He's a professional.
Angus is gonna like throw his arms up.
Manly forearm clasp greeting.
You know, so
I came as soon as I could.
as soon as you forearm grip, clearly, you know, you two seemingly know each other. A number of the crowd start shrugging, making and sort of returning back to the merriment. You know, if he's the organizer's friend, who are we to judge? You know,
Yep.
we're too drunk.
I'm sorry.
care
I
about
have
that.
I have attention span of 4 seconds approximately.
Yeah.
So why have you summoned me, friend?
Oh, big event should be pretty soon. Grand reveal that you will be part of our team, and I'll be doing a bit of magic that I thought you should be around to see.
I would be honored.
I'm also hoping if you might have anything also flashy, I'll be doing something a little flashy myself, and you know, I have dependable Zerth here. As he looks to Zerth, wherever he is in the crowd playing the music.
I might actually have a plan. Rao might be an understated character, but I think I can make a scene, and I'm about to... let's see here. Let's see here. Where's my character? Let me figure out what fucking folder he's in. Minor characters. Nope.
Players. You're looking for players, secondary characters.
Players. Yeah, there we go. There's no way, right?
You just got to drag him out onto the
Yeah,
canvas there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess I could drag him on the screen, huh? Okay.
There he is.
I'm more thinking. Let's see. Where are my spells? I'm thinking about conjuring, perhaps, the most elaborate fireworks show of all time, which no one has ever used the spell to do so, and might even be dangerous.
Oh dear.
It's got a pretty good range. So
Gold
could
isn't flammable.
No, but I wonder if there's like a
People
pond
are.
nearby or something. Yeah, people are very,
I mean, there's
very
the
much so.
if this is a spell that I'm thinking that you're thinking of,
I mean, 150 feet is a pretty big range for these things to fly. I'm thinking I could conjure, like, basically, what would probably look like, if I angle it right and I cast it right, I might be able to use this spell, this high-level spell, rather harmlessly. It might look like a meteor shower, if properly angled.
Okay.
It's, like I said, it's probably going to be the highest spell level anyone has ever used to make fireworks.
Okay.
So, I mean,
you could try.
I will wait for my... hold on, can I see the map real quick so I can look for, like, impact zones and see if I can make this work without killing anybody?
Sure, hang on. What's it? World map, Tectiles map. Let me activate
I know
that
exactly what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Nothing says it has to. It only says in the area, and nothing says it has to be on the ground.
10-foot cube, which range cube, which... Okay, so I have 10 10-foot cubes. Okay, so where are we at?
Firestorm?
You are
No,
currently...
Oops, sorry.
Let me move this out of the way. Oh, and also, let me switch to the nighttime map.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you guys are currently here.
Okay.
I see.
I
Right there
see.
at the corner.
I see
Oh, near the water.
lots. Yeah, I see lots of safe impact zones.
And
in the
there
water
should,
there.
let's see, that measurement should be accurate as well.
Cool. Are there any boats or anything out there?
As you look out into the harbour, most of the boats appear to be docked, either
Okay.
either here or at the other end. There are some, as you can see, kind of lined up across the edge of the Serpent Bazaar.
Here. But if we hypothetically were to do it in like this kind of line over in oh, come on, bring it here. Like in this sort of area, I think it would be just fine, because even
So,
if anything fell,
You were
there's
talking
stone,
about
and then there's-
angling it. Are you doing it from the ground up, or from the sky down?
I was thinking doing the sky down and having them like fly overhead, kind of like a meteor storm, or yeah, like a
Okay.
meteor shower,
Okay. So, like,
and maybe impact into the water.
oh, okay. Gonna try that?
you don't
Yeah,
want to
let's-
do up and do fireworks?
I guess you technically could make them go up.
I mean, you could flavor it.
It doesn't
else that way.
Yeah, it doesn't say you can't. It just says a storm of flame appears in the location you choose. The storm consists
Storm
of 10
made
10-foot
up of
cubes.
sheets of roaring flames. So it's not
Yep.
it's not that it goes up or down. They just appear, these
Yeah.
sheets of flame.
Yeah, so yeah, I could create like a shitload of.
Oh, it's like a. It'd be more like
think
a fiery aurora borealis.
Yeah, I think I have Wall of Flame prepared too. I do. That's a concentration up to a minute with 120-foot range. So I could make this like huge like a wall of fire out in the water, and then that's concentration.
Yeah.
And then the other spell isn't concentration, so I could create like a fireworks or like a fire show.
Okay.
These are no one's ever seen a 4th and 7th level spell used for entertainment before. But we're about to do it.
For our entertainment.
Yeah, so
Just be mindful of which direction you face the wall. Maybe have the damaging side not facing us.
No, it's not going to.
Okay.
Oops, I didn't mean to cast it.
So, where are you doing this exactly?
I'll do it off the water. So all of this stuff will be originating from off of solid ground.
Okay.
If that
okay.
works. So, because we're like in this big courtyard kind of area, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I could probably during the ceremony prelude Angus's introduction with the wall of flame and the firestorm safely.
Okay.
Not in the party.
Okay.
Perhaps from the water, if
I
it's
will
possible to
ask.
place it there.
Does water count as a solid surface? Just like a
that's
flowing stream counts as a solid surface.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't say no.
yeah, you're right. It does say solid surface.
It falls under the same category of what Vortex Warps requires. Must be a surface that can be stood upon.
Yeah.
You can probably like limn, Limn, the walkway and just put aim the burning part of the wall of fire outward towards the water.
That's true. Yeah, that would work. Hell yeah. And if someone gets lit on fire, I'll just cast like 6th level heal on them or something. It'll be fine. It'll be alright.
If a civilian gets caught by that, they will die.
Yeah, Revivify.
There's- I
It's
don't know
fine.
if
It's
there's
fine. It's
healing.
fine. I've got Revivify. I'll just toss diamonds at it. Solve the problem.
Yeah.
We'll just bring him back to life. Be like, behold, another miracle.
Behold another miracle. Yeah.
I
It's
love
part
that,
of the
like,
show.
the gods don't let you in. It's like, oh man, this guy might be trouble. And it's like, I'll
Yes.
show you. I'll go in and set people on fire. Wait.
It's gonna be hilarious. Okay. Yeah. That's okay. That's what we'll do. Without delaying the game any longer. Yes.
Okay.
That's
So-
what we'll do.
Along the edge of the okay, so along like here, the corner where the temple is, trying to frame it with a backlight of flame, essentially.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Surprised you didn't go with the mirage.
I do not have Mirage prepared.
This is after enough time for a long rest for Angus to get his stuff back, because the temple was made smack dab in the morning. Yeah, he had enough time to rest and fiddle with his spells. He did mention some of this earlier about some of the showy things. So you could have, if you want to do something else, I think it'd be fair to petition to say, yeah, you could prepare what you
I
want.
mean,
since
yeah.
Angus told you the plan.
Yeah.
Did Angus not
If
sleep the night before?
he actually had not, because he has been doing his crafting.
I guess you took the coffee route or whatever.
Yep.
Does that allow you to get the benefits of a long rest without doing it, or do you just stay awake?
Helps me to stay awake and not get exhaustions.
Okay, because the only thing is that if you didn't get a long rest,
Would have been
from
the
that-
night before. I think you just, because I'm trying to figure out. I had worked this out before. He had to do the thing in order to level up. Then he made the tower because I talked with Janner about this. I can't remember how we figured out this worked, but he had enough time in order to, of course, level up, do the stuff he had to do, make this temple, lounge through the day, and get the spell slot back in order to do the summit.
I was curious because
I see you.
one long
Yeah.
rested every 24 hours thing.
Mhm.
Yep.
And also would have just been. I think it was just because he probably took an early night.
Yes.
Something like that.
So, just to move this along, Prodigy. Yes, you would be able to prepare Mirage Arcane if that is what you want to do. Alternatively, you can do a different spell you've not prepared, or at least not mechanically prepared. But I'll say you've had a rest enough that you can prepare your spells.
Okay, well then, hypothetically, if I prepared Mirage Arcane, what would we make this square look like? Because the general layout of the terrain still has to resemble the terrain. So if it's a flat area, it's got to resemble something flat, and it has to be a type of terrain. I'm not sure how we get much showier out of what we have now.
You know, the golden streets and
You can also alter the appearance of structures.
Yeah.
Add them to random present.
I mean, the only thing I can possibly think of is making this whole place like undo the industrialization of Tikta House and maybe just almost make it look like the wild version of what it was before. Is the only thing I could possibly think of doing that would be kind of neat.
So you could
Honestly, that's kind of what I was thinking.
You could
Like,
potentially
an extension of your grove comes out.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
You know, it is Mirage Arcane. We could. I wonder if does it affect the sky as no, it's light terrain. Terrain. I feel like some other sort of terrain. Yeah, it's all terrain.
Here's my idea.
Yep.
If I may.
Yes, please.
So we're doing like a big feast thing for Bansala, right? Why not, since you have to accommodate what the terrain is, streets and stuff, why not turn it into a mirror surface and have, you know, the undead, in air quote, you know, the spirits of those that has passed, be able to join in, but from the other side. But
But the feast isn't for a few days until after the tournament.
no, but I mean like a prelude.
Oh.
You know, riling people up. Letting the past join the present. You can throw in the grove as well.
I mean, does that count as a type of terrain for Mirage Arcane?
Terrain is very loose when you start getting into flavor.
Smell and even other okay, look, you can one square mile, sound, smell, and even feel like some other sort of terrain. Terrain general shape, same, open fields and roads.
I don't
Ponds.
think undead count as terrain.
Yeah. But you did have that brief communion with Banzala, Angus.
Yes.
Well,
I do also want to say that it's up to a mile, so it can be constrained to like the general area, but also this will last for 10 days.
Oh
So-
yeah, I suppose.
So
I can't.
it's
I thought I could just
instantaneous
like.
and it will last for 10 days.
Yeah, there's no. It doesn't say anything about canceling the effect.
And this
That's
will
a
be a
fixed duration.
physical presence. This will physically alter the terrain.
Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna go with Wall of
It
Fire.
is an illusion, though.
I mean,
Yeah,
it says even though you can tell no, it's an illusion, it still physically interacts with people.
All right. Does anybody know Dispel Magic?
Yes.
Perfect. Can you dispel Mirage Arcane for us, please?
It would require a roll. I'm not using a 7th level spell
Yes,
slot
you
to
are.
this
We'll get it back tomorrow morning. It's fine.
with- No, Zerth is sleeping in his mansion.
Okay, fine,
Live with the
fine.
consequences.
What about Dejar? She's a high-level wizard, right?
I think Dejar's doing other stuff right now.
God dang it! Is there not someone around who could cast a 7th level spell?
Doesn't Angus have Dispel Magic?
Oh, I think
I don't have a 7th level spell after
I
this.
mean,
Yeah.
at this point, he was at the Hounder's Keep. Unless you find a way to get her attention.
We don't need
you
Mirage
could.
Arcane. It's fine. We don't need Mirage Arcane. Wall of
Okay.
Fire and Firestorm are still going to be super elaborate. That's a 7th level and a 4th level spell. It's still impressive. It's
Okay.
fine. We're going locking it in.
Okay, so
ahead.
ju-
answer.
I'll say just for the flavour of how you would style this, make me a just make me a spellcasting check.
Sure.
So
Is
it's
it-
gonna sneeze and give you Bardic Inspiration.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
This is
So-
how you can style this without making it look like immediately dangerous
That's my proficiency.
and just
5.
and terrifying everyone else.
What's my wisdom?
You're trying to prompt
It's 5,
wonder
so-
here, not terror.
1d10.
I'll also Zerth will also do this. He'll the music will suddenly change
Okay.
to start being like a bit more what's the word
Intense.
Inspirational.
no, it's intense is almost the word, but like something's about it, like something important and like
Gotcha.
amazing's about to happen. Anticipatory, that's the word.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Is going to be kind of anticipatory, like kind of low, slowly rising notes, kind of just like speed up the BPMs to kind of be like, oh, suddenly instead of this kind of slow bongo beats, stuff like that, it's like oh, something big is about to happen. So everyone in the party's like, perks up and starts looking around to see what's going on.
All right, I'll go ahead and make me a performance check. This is you sort of directing everyone's attention out towards the main thoroughfare outside, towards where this event is about to take place. The 27, easy enough. Like a Pied Piper, you begin to sort of increase the tension in the music as you make your way outside, prompting a number of people to follow you. There is sort of many people imbibed by alcohol begin to follow Zerth outside until
He's dangerous.
yeah. You watch as Raoul Ghul begins to what? How do you describe this, Raoul Ghul?
You know what? Let's go ahead and just look the part of tribal shaman so I can really put this show on. Let's wear the Triceratopper, this big Triceratop headdress, and we'll activate his golden armor so that he's got like that sheen of golden skin.
Very nice.
And I will attempt. Could I do? I know I'm reaching. Could I do a religion check and try and perform like some tribal shaman,
Ooh, okay.
like ritual dance or something like that?
Go ahead and make me a religion check.
Okay. Let's see here. I don't have religion. We'll see how this goes.
13.
Sorry,
Not
isn't
bad.
that kind of already your kind of shtick? Like, aren't you a tribal shaman? Don't you
Yeah.
do this normally?
I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, well, yeah, go roll again, advantage.
Okay. There's no button to just roll it again. Okay.
Yeah, just roll again. We'll consider this your second roll for the advantage.
I'm looking. There it is.
Okay, 13.
13.
And
I
did
think
you
more
use
what
Bardic
Aiden was hinting
Inspiration
at-
first?
Oh yeah. Bardic Inspiration is a thing. Is it
Yeah.
a
How
D8
much-
or a D10?
It's a D10, I think.
D10.
All right.
But
Sure. why
also,
not?
I was
God,
thinking,
Zerth
yeah,
is a
what I was
badass.
thinking is like, I don't know if you would necessarily need to roll this because this is, like I said, already kind of his thing.
Yeah, would
I'm
Angus
happy
need
with
to
the 13.
necessarily
Though.
lower?
13's like a
roll above
bog
the basic?
standard. I don't. 13 is a serviceable check.
Yeah, I mean, 13. It's not too dissimilar from what you are already used to. What does his tribal a typical tribal performance from Raugul look like?
What's that? There's a Pacific Islander tribe, or are they
Like a haka?
what are those called? Yeah,
Ah, okay.
something like that.
A sort of haka. Well, in this world, haka would be more native to the smaller sort of client kingdom of what is it? I'm gonna look
What
up my
would
own
be the
law.
equivalence of that here, though,
Yeah.
rather than over there?
Well, I mean, Rao isn't from the city though either.
Yeah. Kingdom of Kajutar. It is one of 3 kingdoms that form the Tojo dynasty, known for their sailing, known for their fleets, if essentially. Outrigger, the sort of outrigger racing canoes, large boats. I've forgotten what exactly the name for that type of boat is, but yeah, Moana boat was what I'll call it.
Catamaran?
That's it. Yeah. Native to that region, it's very easy to replicate for you, Raoul. You begin to and kind of stamping either foot as you begin to very much like the Kajutan shamans of flame. You throw up your hands in front of you as this roaring wave of fire begins to is conjured across the edge of the canal here, with an awe-inspired cheer of wonderment from the crowd as orange firelight lights up this area. And how do you accompany that with your firestorm?
How do I accompany it?
Yeah, you said you were doing Wall of Flame and Firestorm?
Yep. So I mean, it's just I guess he starts with the dance, initiates the wall of fire, does a few more like rounds of the tribal dance, and then he concludes the dance with the firestorm.
All right, with kind of taking the place from the rolling wave of fire, like a series of jets from where that wall of fire was, erupts in this awe-inspiring display of primal fire, evoking the symbology of the living god of natural disasters, Zalazos, mimicking the symbology of the roaring brazier flames, almost sort of using some of the braziers along the side of the canal as the source of flame itself. Of course, making sure that people are clear of the area first.
Yeah.
There is an eruption of cheers throughout the entire crowd. A polite applause from the nobles, who are clearly seeing this thanks to Zerth as part of the display.
Angus, I think now is your time to do anything you need to do. The crowd is enthralled. It's enraptured.
Haha. And
Just a few guards that are kind of keeping by, just standing wary, but
making sure
Yeah,
nothing crazy is going on.
yeah.
I get that. As good guards would do.
Maori, that's it. That's the term I was looking for earlier.
Then, as this dance is just concluding, he will kind of clap, and dim the light of the braziers, so that the the flames from his wall stand out more on their own than the colored flames of the temple. And he will begin casting his Conjure Celestial spell.
Alright. How does this look?
Let's see. I'm going to say that there will be a few spectral dwarves that appear alongside him. Not fancy clerics or anything like that, but the old hunters that were reclaimed by these lands so long ago, and their souls now part of this. Perhaps more faceless souls than exact persons, but an homage to them. As he begins this little chant in the circle with these few little souls, and interlinking their arms by like touching finger to finger on each hand and making a large circle. And then out of this circle, there will be this beam of radiant light that then slithers upwards as this large flying serpent begins to come out of the temple and circle about it in the crowds.
It unfurls its wings in the air, graceful, majestic. A number of people begin to sort of collapse their knees, some in prayer, some holding their own sort of prayer beads. There is a quiet, reverent hush throughout the entire crowd here. A number of the performers from in the distance stop playing. Some individuals kind of whisper among themselves, not knowing what's about to happen. Is this it? Is this what the announcement was for?
This is the announcer.
Ah.
And
what does he say?
I'm going to...
If you don't have anything...
List of this. Yeah, I was curious if you had anything, because I know you like to do your voice modules and fun stuff like that. Rather than I say, you may...
It's your priority here. What would you like it to say? If you don't have anything, I'm fine to say something as well.
Something specific. They're divine caretakers that serve a specific purpose.
Mm-hmm.
They're truth tellers that cannot lie. And while they're ancient and few, they don't like to typically present themselves. They do for very important and specific reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing he cannot lie, and that it's a caretaker, fulfillment of a specific prophecy duty. I'm gonna say this one is probably set forth to, like, pay tribute to, I forgot his big name, the big guy, the king of this place.
Tahos? Is that it? Or
Tahos. Yeah, there we go.
Or the emperor himself.
The god.
Ah,
the god.
Tahos.
Okay, perfect. Sort of, perhaps one of these is like a truth speaker for Tahos, the Ring of Claws, and the like. And in this instance, perhaps in a fancy way, but truthfully to say, the feats of the Hammer Strike that they have for this one event only. They have a powerful man of the faith with them, Ragul, to help them, and that there will be a great celebration on the Eve of Souls, and it will be the one announcing that Angus has delivered a meal to the gods that they found worthy, and that you will have a chance to eat the same meal amongst them at the Eve of Souls.
Very nice.
And then he will do his fabricate while it happens.
The coatl declares its intentions towards the crowd. It sort of continues. When the blood moon rises and the veil thins between this world and the other side, when the souls of the dead walk and the Ferryman judges all by firelight, then shall a feast be held for the heralds of fate. Come the eve of souls, one mortal shall sit among them. At the table set for the Ferryman himself, one meal, one moment, one place in legend. Within this temple, may you be seen. Within this city, may you be heard. And by the eyes of Taos himself, may you be judged worthy of that seat. Crowds hush before voices begin erupting from every direction. Gasps, shouts, questions, prayers, dozens of people surging forward, crowding this plaza. Some fall to their knees in reverence, others press close to study this creature from below. A heavy silence hangs in the air for half a breath.
As this creature is making this announcement, he's going to be casting his Fabricate, and it's flavor-wise. Reality, I have the materials myself, but he will begin detaching bits of gold off this temple as they magically sort of flow and convalesce in front of him, his arms up in the air as he's doing his divine fabrications. As chunk and chunk comes off the temple itself and forms into this rune gold and encrusted fanciful plate, a dining plate.
Gasps run throughout the crowd as you present this floating rune gold ticket, essentially, in your hand. You hold it aloft. The crowd seems to be waiting for whatever you have next. As a hush spreads like spilled ink.
Holds it up in the air. This is your ticket to that feast. It is a ticket that comes with a great price and a great reward. Should you feel worthy of sitting amongst the gods and sharing a meal, should you feel generous enough to be able to donate to their temple, should you be an archon of your community, worthy of being seen with the gods themselves on the eve of souls, then you may yet have a chance. An auction. Lady Varesh, the grand sponsor of the Hammer Strike, will be able to take your bid. But act now. The bidding ends the day before the feast.
Alright, so I'm keeping track of the DC here. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Great at these. I
This
have
is
a
going-
question.
It's going to determine, like...
Part mechanic.
Oh, yep.
I was going to say part mechanic, but also part involving other players. Rather than just the cleric doing it, could I petition that our bard gets to play and do the things he's specialized in?
If Zerth would like that.
Because I'd like for him to have more than just saying one scene, if you're interested.
I mean, it's. I mean, he can give you bardic inspiration, but I don't like. He's just there for kind of background ambience, like musical stuff like that.
I just want to make sure
Also,
you had a chance to
still
play and
not
do
in-
your cool thing.
That's all good. I'm still also not in the game.
Ooh.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, essentially
It's-
the game
it's
is like
loading.
being booted out.
Okay.
It's weird.
It's loading. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just taking forever.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So then I can do a persuasion with advantage,
Yes.
and I'll
It's-
give myself a little guidance on this.
This is going to determine how many nobles would be interested in this, and how high potentially this bid could go. Oof, okay, 23
And
plus.
25 total.
Gotcha.
Was he actually doing a bardic inspiration or no?
Alright,
Okay.
I mean,
roll, roll
I can
1d10.
say I'm doing that without having to do anything in the game.
31
20,
total.
31. The beat of the drum in the distance falters, flutes sigh into silence. Conversations are seemingly tapering off here, heads turning, drinks half raised, voices kind of caught mid-word as they're considering. Many in the crowd are considering this. Even the firelight seems to hold its breath. The braziers around the temple flicker wildly. Blue, green flames dance higher, casting twisting shadows against the sacred stone. And then, you watch as all at once they flare with a sudden intensity and then go out. A blanket of cool mist washes over the crowd, emanating from the temple itself, pierced only by the faintest glimmers of residual starlight from the sort of mosaic surface of the temple itself. And for a breathless moment there's only silence. And then slowly the glow begins to rise from the walls, the exterior walls themselves, the murals intoned into the inner, both the inner sanctum and the outside walls. Those etched depictions of Banzala's realm, of death, transition, of judgment, begin to shimmer, and you can see dozens of skeletal figures, once static decorations, recessed into the stone, begin to move. They begin to peel themselves away from the murals like living carvings come unbound, eyes glowing with soft blue light, their skulls adorned with flower crowns of marigold petals, their ribs draped in garlands of gold thread and feathers. Some wear masks, others bear incense burners. Some play tiny flutes or rattle bones in ritual rhythm with a steady beat as they step into the world. Your earlier communion with Banzala. The spirit attendants of Banzala have arrived, it seems. And without a word, they begin their tasks. Dozens glide across the floor with this supernatural grace throughout the Serpent Bazaar here, lifting gleaming golden platters and ceremonial drink bowls, each filled with your endless jug. They don't stumble, they just walk among the mortals, their bony feet leaving no trace. But wherever they pass, there's that lingering chill of reverence that follows in their wake. One skeletal reveller kind of hands a drink to a startled merchant noble with a bow so courteous it's impossible not to accept. Another tips its feathered headdress towards a veiled dancer, offering a goblet with skeletal grace. Children gasp in delight. An elderly woman clutches her prayer beads and just weeps openly, whispering thanks to the god of death. Varesh stands forward. A single token, a single seat, a singular honor. On the eve of souls, when the veil wears thin and the dead will return to walk among us, one mortal shall dine at the table set for Banzala. Her smile turns towards you, Angus, sharp, as she opens out her hands wide. And we begin now. So, as she's going to explain it to the crowd effectively, bidding is in gold only, coin or stamped bars, no promissory notes, no trades, no favours. Minimum bid starts at 100 gold. Incrementing increases by 50 gold per minimum raise. The ticket now seems to hover there, out from your grasp, almost taken, Angus, by a cold grasp, a cold familiar grasp, one that you felt in the back of your mind not too long ago, as it just turns in the air. Let the bidding begin. Who among you will pay the price for a legend? Who dares buy a seat beside death and dying beneath the blood moon? With the hammer strike. Resh kind of waits, perfectly still, poised. There's a few individuals kind of part ways away from the crowd, knowing that they can't exactly afford the opening bid, but a number of the nobles seem to linger. You hear with your circlet, Zerth. Is this real? You hear a nearby merchant scoffs. No one's going to buy a bid gold. No one's going to bid gold for a myth. A child tugs on her mother's sleeves and whispers, "Is that the gods of death's invitation?" And then suddenly, 150 gold! The voice cuts through the din, clear, unapologetic. All heads turn. It comes from a veiled noblewoman, seated atop a palanquin of red lacquer and ivory, her fingers shimmering with rings. Her voice carries the weight of lineage. Her guards do not move, but her lip... Oh.
No, I have a feeling I know who that is.
Her lips kind of curl into this knowing smile. Vresh's lips twitch just slightly, and she kind of glares out, "Thank you, Lady Leonaka. The bid stands at 150 gold." She kind of turns to you, Angus. "If you want to get in on this, now's the time. You're the one who organised this, of course."
Wait, is she asking me to bid myself?
No, she's asking you if you want to sort of direct the auction as well, not just herself.
Okay.
Didn't Angus say that the auction was going to last until the beginning of the Eve of Souls?
Yeah, the idea was rather than a big event that people could go and place bids with her, rather than have one itself, because that way people have time to spread the rumor of what has happened.
I gotcha.
It also saves you from role-playing out an entire auction.
Yes, which
Damn,
is
that's
probably
smart.
best.
Plans.
Okay then. Okay, sorry, I completely misunderstood. Okay.
Which- No, I apologize. I should have clarified. Rather than role-playing out an entire auction, the idea was give it several days, people can go to Vresh and basically place an order. I'm willing to bet this much. She says the current gamble is this, I'm willing to bet
Okay.
that.
I see.
That way, there's time for the price to rise, because the wealthiest people might not be here or might not know yet, and I'd be shooting myself in the foot. If I give myself days to build up to it,
I see.
and when the temple disappears, it's gonna be quite the little legend.
Okay.
Yeah. It also gives time for the nobles to be catty towards each other and bid out of spite.
In that case,
Yes.
what we can do is slowly watches as Varesh kind of hands kind of parted, gesturing to the crowd. Come to me at my estate. I will take your bids over the next few days. The highest bid gets to dine with legends. With that, the crowd kind of murmurs to themselves, confused, some optimistic, some... A number of nobles begin to look over their shoulders towards each other. Some of them grin ambitiously.
Zerth is going to as surreptitiously as Zerth can be, is going to surreptitiously kind of move through the crowd and do just slight thaumaturgy to have whispers sent amongst the crowd of interest.
Okay.
Oh, he's
During
doing
the
that
fire.
thing.
Yeah. So he's kind of sitting there, and he's going to be kind of moving, like casually moving through the crowd, like playing up music, because people listen to music, they don't watch the music. He's essentially a background character right now. He's the help.
Yeah.
And he's going to, as he's moving through, listen for dissent or disbelief, and then thaumaturgy whispers in haughty Tahosian accents of interest. So
Okay.
it's so
Encounter
to see if he can, flip what few people are disinterested into potentially like, oh, am I actually going to miss out on something? He's essentially FOMO. He's doing FOMO.
Okay.
He's
So-
dissenting FOMO amongst the crowd.
I will say,
God, I love you.
go ahead and make me a deception check.
Power word FOMO.
I do have a question. When I
Yes.
did that commune, your man said that he would do something tonight.
Yeah. You can see
Did he? Mm-hmm.
you can see a number of skeletal figures are making their way through the crowds here, as the crowd is beginning sort of erupting back into cheers and laughter. You can see, or rather, you can hear musicians pick up their instruments again. This time accompanied by the clatter of bone percussion. The air thrums with a strange sacred joy as revelry returns, not in like defiance of death, but in harmony with it. The line between the living and the dead blurs, and tonight in your temple, Angus, all are welcome to drink. But with a 17, you begin to disseminate this sense of fear of missing out throughout the crowd. Sort of wavering your voice to sound like some Trojan noble or another, although it is fairly difficult to do given that you don't actually speak Tahosian. But with a 17, no one suspects otherwise. We'll see
Fun stuff.
how that results in the upcoming bit. You can see these spectral attendants are not exactly souls returned, but silent echoes, manifestations of Banzala's will, carved from the god's boundless mojo and shaped by reverence. Their skulls may grin, their bony fingers may dance with goblets and garlands, but no voice issues from their mouths. For true communion between the living and the dead, true conversation, remembrance and reunion, that miracle is reserved for the Eve of Souls, soon to come. Until then, these spirit servants move as quiet stewards, gliding through the throng with golden plates, marigold crowns, bringing drinks, mirth, and comfort to those who dare celebrate under the gaze of death. Let's get the more jaunty music up, shall we? Crowd begins to some of the members of the crowd begin to disperse, others are lingering behind to enjoy the celebrations and the merriment, likely for the majority of the night. information has been disseminated into the crowds of nobility and those who have wealth. We shall see how that results.
Well, fellas, I think that was fairly successful. Does anyone have any RP things they want to do? Does Rao want to fucking spite any nobles here?
Before that, go.
I'm just gonna say I don't think he's gonna undermine the work you've put into this. If I start, he's wise enough to know that going around spreading dissent probably wouldn't be good for the event. And in order for him to stick true to his ideals, he's probably gonna fade from the ceremony now that the ritual's out of the way. Take off as a hawk and go back to his grove, or something. I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
As you're enjoying the celebration scene, Angus, there's a brief moment as you kind of return to a corner, just to recover and enjoy the celebration. You notice nearby your stone shield against the wall. The underside is glowing that sky blue hue.
I'm going to remain composed, and I'm going to slowly, casually head over to my shield and see what the fuck is going on.
As you slowly kind of turn the shield around, you see one of those prayer sigils that kind of hangs from the what's the prayer garlands? But I forgot what they're called. Prayer seals, that's it. One of those prayer seals is glowing. The text itself, the dwarven text, is glowing bright sky blue. Grudge.
Oh no. Oh no, who is it?
It's the grudge of Gaelis Harnbarrow. It's one long silence kind of burns with that sudden brilliance. A name comes to you, written in that prayer seal. Zakraz. I'll stick that in the party chat there. This one is old. Older than some of the Hall songs. Etched with sorrow. Some appropriate music. Yeah, this one is etched with sorrow. You know this grudge. A major
Tell me of
grudge.
this grudge.
You know the story behind it, as you wrote it into the prayer seal.
Know the player of this story, please.
It was originally a grudge written by Gaelis Harnbarrow, wife of Kasich, and matriarch of the Silverhearth clan at the time. You remember copying it down from the clan archives long, long ago. Her script was smooth, deliberate, and very personal. This is not a grudge etched in war or a blood feud, it's a eulogy. You recall one specific text. He came when Hurgen was at his lowest, when the cold had taken his crops and the pox his wife and sons. The clan offered ritual, but nae relief. He needed answers, and Zakraz gave him them. Hurgen, once a bright and eccentric herbalist and alchemist, had withdrawn from the Silverhearth clan after years of butting heads with the elders. He believed knowledge should serve the living, not be buried in stone with the dead. But after famine and grief hollowed his halls, Hurgen was left with nothing but desperation. And that's when Zakraz appeared. A stranger in golden robes, a voice like water on marble. He claims to be a scholar of distant lands, offering secrets of herbal and alchemical refinement. Spiritual tonics, alchemical catalysts that could purge disease and bolster the soul. Hergin took the knowledge, and he brewed potions unlike anything the mountain home apothecaries had ever seen. The sick rose to their feet, the weak found new strength, and for a time he was hailed as a saviour. That is until the side effects came. Some suffered visions, screaming, clawing at shadows no one else could see. Others never slept again. A few even burst into flame without heat. The ingredients vanished, and Hergin never revealed his sources, though some say Zakraz had him bind his own name to a contract of forgetting. Eventually, the miracles turned to ash. The Silverhearth clan excommunicated Hergin, but Gaelis, who had once argued with him over every principle and law, did not join the condemnation. She simply carved a name. Zakraz, whisperer of knowledge without consequence, he who gives medicine without mercy and wisdom, without warning. For what he did to my brother, I lay the stone in mourning, not in vengeance. But let the stone remember what I cannot forget. And now that name burns on your shield. Zakraz is near, and the past does not rest.
And how long ago was this scourge?
At least, let me see. The things here. Family ledger, there it is. This was about 100 years ago. A century.
Okay.
A century.
And what did this guy look like?
There is
A
one
man in gold robes?
There is one. There is one thing that you did, or at least one term that you found in the archive.
And he's nearby.
Now, when it comes to grudges,
No.
when it comes to grudges, nearby could be anything within this immediate vicinity, within this area, or within this immediate region, or within the city. You don't know.
The low crate creature will help me later. There's definitely, like, as he looks at that and recalls the tale, there's intense expression on his face. And sort of realizing where he's at and that he can't act at the moment without possibly either looking a fool or harming civilians. He sadly softens a little bit and lets out a heavy sigh before looking over the crowd. Soon enough. Soon enough. And knowing that there's no way to know really right now if this thing is nearby or if it's just in the entire fucking region of the country, he has no way to sort of track this down. No way to understand, but he will do a little sending to Zerth and say, be wary. My grudge tells me there is a Camelot somewhere here. Maybe not in the temples. Maybe just within the city itself. But there is an ancient being.
Zern
And,
will
hmm.
kind of, I mean, he is still doing his thing, but there will be a brief little flourish of music in the middle. Wait, did you send, or?
Yes, sending.
Okay. Oh,
He could reply if he wanted to.
Yeah, then he'll respond back like, that is an uncomfortable thought, but that is good to know. I will keep an eye.
Ah, well, then let us make merry, folks, as he calls out to the crowd, silent conversation over. Enjoy this night and take home tales, because as the sun rises and the moon sets, with it shall take the temple away. It shall not appear again until the eve of souls.
There's a few. There's a few cries of ah from the crowd. Disappointed cheers in a way, if you could describe it as that.
And he'll have his. He'll drink the glass that he raised as a toast. And he'll turn back to his shield, a final moment of sort of tension before he tries to let that go and enjoy the moment with the crowd.
Lovely.
If we went to... Should anyone else?
Yeah. Does anyone else have anything they want to do before we round off the night?
I still want to do my little meditation thing for you.
Of course. This is over the shadow, the dusk blade, I believe.
That is correct.
All right. So, whereabouts are you doing this?
The show probably got to the guest house.
All right. Let me go ahead and bring it over to guest house common room. So, as you are sat kind of coiled, sat upon the coils of your own tail, within the guest house common rooms, this dark, obsidian-like blade handle, twisting it one way, then the other in your hand. Go ahead and make me either an arcana or a religion check. (16). The blade hums faintly in your grasp. A sound more like a breath than kind of drawn through clenched teeth than any true song of steel. In your mind's eye, shapes begin to form. The faint outline of curling runes along its length, dwarven in origin but wrong. Their forms twisted in ways your memory can't quite hold on to. There's a sense of great age and deeper craft at work here, something forged in shadow, far from the light of the sun. You feel as though something or someone is bound within, a presence coiled and waiting, its touch leeching the warmth of your fingers. There is certainly a weight of its history that presses against your thoughts, with deeper magic. Perhaps a ritual like legend lore, you could pull aside that last veil and learn exactly what shadow was woven into its making.
He's gonna look through a book if he Oh wait, shit. I need to find my wizard friend for that scroll again. I didn't ask for that one. I asked for the plane shift. Damn it. Oh, you think for a moment. And then tried to use the Laystone siphoner on top of it for a bit, just like holding it side by side while the pommel was on her hand.
You rest it against the blade, against the pommel. Blade tip to pommel end. Trying to find any manner of purchase. The Laystone siphoner kind of flickers for a moment. There's no purchase. You may not be using the siphoner correctly.
Takes it off, he looks at the siphoner, then looks at the pommel again. Then remembering what he tried to do to that the dwarven past statues in Dragon's Rider tomb, and hesitantly takes the tip to the pommel as though trying to siphon the shadow off of it.
Make me an Arcana check. 16. You place it against, once again, attempting to... oh, go ahead.
We use the Third of Fate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure that you toggle that off of your character, by the way.
I'll do that.
Like, just delete the effect. This is just so we're keeping track of these things. We gotta be more precise about this.
With that, and re-rolling again. There we go.
31. You begin to attempt a siphoning of whatever darkness permeates this blade. Clutching the Laystone siphoner, that sort of Laystone, that dagger-shaped Laystone chunk, enchanted, imbued with powerful extraplanar magic, trying to draw it using your own magic through the blade. Something takes purchase. Something cold, something ancient. And you see, as you draw it away, there is some sort of shade, some sort of wisps of shadow that cling to the end of the dagger itself. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Alright.
Oh, wizards being wizards.
You feel this cold chill lash out at you from the blade itself. Some sort of shrieking, shrill sound.
Ooh. Okay.
You take 15 points of necrotic damage as something very briefly chills and stops your heart before letting it go, sinking back into the blade. There is something possessed within this blade. Some sort of entity that you now know is present with the 31.
Okay then. After feeling almost her heart stop, take a deep breath again, and then casting that pommel aside. I'm gonna need help with.
Ting ting, kind of bounces against the wall. Rests on the floor at the far end of the chamber. You can still see those. Well, as the candle flickers, casting a shape against the pommel. You swear you see this shape, the shadowed shape of a hand, a clawed hand cast against the far side of the wall, where it isn't itself on the blade, before it shrinks back in.
Fucking foul thing. I'll deal with you later. I'm gonna need someone's help in a bit. He's keeping our eyes in the pommel as she does the sending to Angus. Taking a few moments to breathe. Angus, whenever you're free, I need your divine expertise on something. See you back at the guest house.
There's a response that comes. I stopped feeling like partying anyway. I might need your wisdom as well. I'll be on my way.
Kira is just staring. While he's waiting, he is staring at that pommel, not letting it out of her sight. Like it's a fucking animal waiting to pounce her. He's just, I'm not leaving. Not for a while.
Candle flickers against the wall. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's making his way back. He's gonna leave the party a little bit early, since Temple won't be around except for the rest of the night. He'll let Zerth kind of know if he wants to stay and continue to earn tips. Please, by all means. Hey, Dejar summoned me for something important.
Yeah, Zerth's going to continue to hype stuff up, so his FOMO.
Yeah.
And Busker, while he's at it, get some extra money off of these nobles.
Playing alongside the various various skeletal performers that have now joined the procession here.
Hopefully the spectacle and everything has drawn in some wealthy clients, and given Zerth quite the nice audience to work with. And with the spectral performers, more than just his regular tips, I'm kind of hoping that it can earn him some high-profile coin here. This isn't your everyday event that gets to happen. This isn't even a fancy tavern. This is, well, a divine amphitheater for him, so to speak.
You gotta make some money after this.
Yeah, Zerth's he's comfortable in this kind of situation. He's been here before.
Is there a way to, just because I'm curious before we do shifts, is there a way to see like how much he's able to bring in, and maybe could I have like Mikey help him out or something like that?
Okay, if you could leave Mikey behind with Zerth if you like.
I'll trust him to him. I'll have him go around with like a little, holding a little plate, collecting, any tips for the performer.
Okay, I'll say, roll me another performance check. I'm just testing a few rolls here.
And he'll do his ability to give you that bonus.
33.
33.
You did not need it.
Music fit for the gods.
So 82 gold for now. We'll see how he does later.
Nice.
This man.
You do what he can.
Perfect. Make you
He
rich.
does what
Like I said, he's been here before. He knows
Oh,
how
yeah.
to work a crowd, especially
This is
the
not my first
pompous rich
rodeo.
ones.
Mm-hmm.
Did Dejara have more scenes? Was there anything that, if she's done, is there anything that your boy Velm wanted to do?
We can switch things for a bit.
No, I was done for quote unquote today.
You didn't want to do anything? I thought you might have had something you wanted Velm to do.
No, not today. Time's been going kind of slow because of everything that's been going on. We're still in like the first day.
Yeah, everyone's been wanted
Okay.
to do a bit of role play.
I'll rephrase. Anything that you want to do this session, I want to make sure you get a chance to play, because I've
Oh,
been
yeah,
sort
well-
of like involved back-to-back scenes. I want to make sure other people get a chance to play too.
I get that, and I appreciate it. And there are a couple of things that will be coming up in the following days. I think there's some stuff with Rasman the following day, and you know, it'll happen. Just a case of time. That's all. Now I'm happy to wait and have chronology follow its due course.
Sure thing.
All right.
Okay.
So as Angus makes his way back to the mask estate, back towards the common room.
Yes.
You will see Dejara's just staring at the corner close to in the common room where something is, and is just completely staring at it, not moving at all.
Yes. I like to think of it as those horror movies where somebody's just like standing in a corner.
And that's
Just
it.
Blair Witch neck.
I'm back.
He just her head just slightly turns. Oh, hey, Angus. I just she just points. I found something attached to, well, the sore pommel over in that corner. It didn't take too well me finding out. As you see, like black veins just permeating from her face to her neck, almost close to her chest. It took a second to that. Don't like me being nosy.
I'm a little lost, lass. You're not looking great. Can you
Go.
clarify for me here?
There was a sword pommel I picked up off. I think Al gave to me that she picked up off the table in. What's that dwarven city in the Morbolg? I can't remember the name exactly.
Oh, Mortal.
Yeah, she got from there. I got a little curious of why the shadow stuck to the blade, and something lashed out at me. And well, he just removes a little bit of her job and left me this. I know something's attached to it. I just don't know what. And I need your expertise on that. At least how to cleanse it.
He's going to look at it. What is that? Because do I see anything?
You do. You see this sort of this obsidian black blade pommel. It looks like the hilt of the sword is half smashed, or broken off, snapped. It reminds you of the shape of Vellum's sunblade, but there is a certain darker tone to it.
Hmm. Do you mind if I?
By all means, I had my chance. I paid the price. You go for it. You're more well adept for that.
Wait, then. And let me see. What can I do here?
What
Oh,
do you?
damn! I don't have protection from good and evil ready.
Okay.
I do not have that ready. I was gonna try and do that before I did anything. Oh, do I have a rune?
A rune?
Perhaps.
Do you?
Might I? Let me see.
Rune.
No.
Rune.
No, I do not.
So what are you trying
Well, I guess I want to inspect this thing and get an idea.
Okay, go ahead and make me either a perception or an investigation check as you're examining this blade. Or this broken blade.
I'll do a perception on this thing.
23. One thing that stands out to you. Located across the handle and the crossguard, you see very, very faint inlaid runes. Dwarven runes, specifically. They seem to glint with this profane glint.
A profane rune. Could I maybe do like a rune carver's check or something to see what they do?
You can. Go ahead and make me a check with your rune carver's tools. I'll say this would be with intelligence.
Okay.
We're trying to find out the arcane nature of these runes.
I'm trying to use the tools here. That gave me Mason's tools. That's not right.
Just use 1d. Just roll 1d20 plus your int plus proficiency.
Well, okay. So that would be just that. There you go. Oh, it rolled twice.
Plus, plus your proficiency as well, which is plus 5, so 9.
So
10,
14.
14.
I don't know if you're doing it with Drong's rune carving's cool tools matter at all, because if there was something to be done there, it would have been done with those tools.
Okay.
So I guess either that or Ron's hammer. I'm thinking of the legendary
You're doing it with
people of that
with
place.
Drong's rune carving tools. Okay. You get this sense that these runes are meant to bind something. And without these runes to bind it, this hilt remains non-functional.
If I get rid of the runes that bind it, would it be free or would it be banished?
Whatever is inhabiting these, this pommel, it's certainly a magical item, but whatever is bound within this magical item is what's giving it its magic.
Got it. But my question remains: something is bound within this.
Mm-hmm.
If I break the runes that bind this force, does it seem? And she said that there's like an infernal or a devil or something.
No, she just said there was something that lashed out, or she didn't say exactly what.
Okay.
But if you ask her,
Yes.
you would definitely say that like something like if the shadows just lashed at her, and momentarily struck at her heart. So when she tossed it away, she would also say it looked like from the light of the candles, there was a hand there that even when looking at the pommel, you didn't see it. So something definitely of the shadows.
He will go to grab the blade and identify it.
All right, you identify it. This is a dusk blade. I will go ahead and ping that in the party chat.
But that would not reveal curses. It is cursed.
Yeah, that's kind of the bad thing about identify. Would it be kind of neat if there was an actual spell for identifying just curses?
Yeah, but that'd get rid of the point of curses, wouldn't it?
Yes, but it wouldn't identify the item. You know, a
Yeah,
higher
that's-
tier identify, but semantics.
Yeah, but then nobody would ever fall for curses, and that's the fun part.
That is the fun part.
It is.
Some people say identify can identify curses. I say they can't, because fuck them.
No, because that's a layer of magic that you wouldn't
It doesn't.
otherwise
I mean,
see it.
Yeah, doesn't it actively say that it
does
doesn't?
not.
What
Yeah,
is-
it actually says.
Yeah, I'm saying some people homebrew it, so it does, and that's stupid.
Yeah, I'm all for it. You don't know. You just
Yeah,
know
but
the item.
that's the whole point of a curse, is that they're unknown and they're mysterious.
Yep.
Otherwise, no one would use the cursed things.
So,
It adds.
Exactly.
You've now identified
Anyway,
the dusk blade.
I've identified it. Oh, this is quite the thing. It reminds me of the shadow of Willem's blade itself. Something dark is bound in it. As he holds it up and looks at it. Have you ever been able to make the darkness of the blade appear?
I attended to it once. I have, yes. I didn't think much of it at the time.
You said you did attune to it?
I did to it once. Yes.
What are you tuned to now?
Oh, you hold up the book that has glowing a gold leaf and blue covering. This big thick tome that Ida gave me.
And what else, lass?
Oh, let's see. It's my this flicker cloak he just grabs, and then and these robes. That's it.
He kind of has a relief. So you were able to break your attunement from it then.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it at the time. I just
So it's not cursed then, at least not perhaps in the traditional sense. But it's definitely bound some kind of dark force to it. This is definitely not good.
If you like, you could make an Arcana or a Religion check.
I'll make a religion. Tell me about Jesus.
We can make a religion out of that.
25.
I know all about Morthome, baby.
Oh yeah. That's just what you needed to get some more lore out of this. As you mutter a brief prayer under your breath, attempting to sense whatever's bound within this thing, you see Forge. Not one of mortal flame, but of black iron and ghost light. Hammer falls, ringing with a hollow echo that shivers your bones. Around the anvil, ancient shadows coil and whisper, their shapes like starving wolves circling a wounded sun. And in their centre lies a blade of pure light. That is, until the hammer strikes. Black veins spread across its length as the light is devoured, pulled screaming into the void. The shadows pour inwards, bound by curling runes, dwarven script, but twisted. Their forms warped into profane patterns that burn to look at. You sense this indeed came from Morthholm, and the figure at the forge, likely runesmith, eyes like dying embers, his craft corrupted by the forbidden art of soul binding. The spirit within the blade is no longer a celestial guardian, but an ancient shadow given steel and edge. The bindings could be broken, dispel good and evil, joined with a prayer to the gods, would drive the darkness screaming from the steel. But you feel the truth heavy in your gut. The light of Al-Sham is gone, utterly devoured. This will never again be the blade it was. If it is to shine, it must be reborn with something new. A new light, a new purpose hammered into the void it has become.
This is unsettling. Something that should not have been. It is light that banishes the dark, not the other way around. And yet, here it is. I may be able to fix it, but not as it was. Just not to be this. Some dark soul is in this thing.
I'll also say with the 25, you're almost reminded of the ring, the orichalcum ring that now settles on the chain around your neck.
May I keep this until I fix it then?
Sure. There was another important thing. Well, was two. Besides
Come on,
that,
lass.
I'm gonna need your help.
Okay.
You cannot breathe a word to this to anyone, at least not yet until the morning.
You have me worried, lass.
You should be. There is something walking amongst people here that
His eyes instantly squint. Do you happen to mean Zakras?
I don't know that name, but it's something worse than that.
Worse.
It is called a Rakshasa, a fiend that is, nay, pretty much magic flows off it like water, repels it. And it is one of the reasons a few items got stolen, secured from the shaman's mental that it shouldn't have. One of them's been returned, but irregardless, another one is stolen and it's probably in the hands of the Brotherhood, also causing a problem. And this
Listen.
beast These
Being
disappearances.
that is immune to magic?
It's in a sense, yes. I would say more resistant, not immune, but resistant.
All hope is not lost then.
Just need to find somebody who knows more about it. Later on that, this can help Liska and her talk with Ida about a certain item. I'll ask her for the details later again. There is more pressing matters that along the mountain range close to Taos is an eldritch dragon. Something that
Okay.
should have been dead in was the Dune Hollow, the Jorah Frost, if I remember correctly. His name was, the corpse names was Crothis.
Oh. The white dragon.
Yeah, well, his corpse or whatever was of him is now close to Tiktalos up in the mountains. And, well, he's my mark. And the rest of the, well, Hunter's Keep in 2 weeks is going to go hunt this thing with me or without me. I would rather hopefully do it with them and interact my plan, but yeah.
And you want I to join the hunters?
I would like you to, but I'm saying this with a heavy emphasis on that. You have something else more pressing to do. I will not hold it against you if you don't join. I'm asking you if you can. You can't join, at least aid me in my plan. To get prepared for it.
Of course of that. Well, we're friends. I'll support you. Just know there's something terrible and on a short window that I need to take care of. Do you know what an arcana loth is?
Go ahead and
Here.
yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Right?
Or religion, your choice. 25. You've heard of Arcanoths. Creatures of the Seven Hells, hoarders of knowledge. They tend to blend in with a... They tend to blend in with a settlement. And... hang on. Where's my notes here? And, oh, I've literally I just had it up earlier. I've just lost it.
Got this.
I got this. Hang on. They tend to be fickle in creatures that inhabit the Seven Hells. They tend to act as mercenaries. They tend to be notorious for their kind of shifting loyalties. They are the embodiments of avarice. And before going into, before serving anything, they ask only one simple question: what's in it for me? They tend to, like I said, hoard knowledge, in any form: books, ancient lore, scripts, manuscripts, scrolls, magical incantations. and they tend to be very well skilled in these areas of knowledge, be it through spellcraft, be it through creating magical items, be it through creating concoctions or herbal remedies. But they always do it for a price, and if that price happens to be a pact, all the better.
Here will have a very grim look on her face when looking at Angus. I do. Why?
There's one nearby.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't know how near he is, but he's going to present his shield in the glowing rune. Do you know Dwarvish?
She does not know Dwarvish. That's one of the languages.
There's a glowing dwarven rune hanging from a little ribbon with the seal.
Okay. You're gonna have to explain this to here. Why is the rune glowing exactly? I can't exactly read that.
Because it is a name. The name Zakraz. Supposedly an Arcanoth. Fancy robe wearing, knowledge wielding, lie spouting, potion corrupting, mind twisting, body inflagrating little bit of a ninny that came along and fucked with my clan over 100 years ago, causing a great brother to be banished and a soul bound to a contract of memory. And it was devastating.
Okay, so
when I was in that temple, the rune began to glow, letting me know he was near.
right,
I need to kill this demon, or at least banish it.
so it would seem you and I
Infernal,
will.
I should say.
Yeah, that's a better way of saying it. You and I would seem to have possibly aligned task then. I just need to do reconnaissance to try and find this, I'm just simply gonna call him the Pale One for right now. And I think that Baccaras, the one you have, she's studying her face, Angus's face. Grudge would be an accurate assessment.
Oh, that's the technical term.
Alright. Grudge against this infernal beastie. If my hunch is correct, he might be working with the person, beast in mortal form is working with. So, two birds, one hammer?
I don't know if he'd be working with this, though it maybe.
From what I've researched, they are considered mercenary fiends, and they will work for knowledge if they get, she rubs her fingers, paid. Not sometimes with gold, sometimes with contracts. And if the Brotherhood is using the Pale One to do his dirty work, probably might be more than just him under their employ. Baccaras might be also employed by the Brotherhood. So...
Well, I don't like that. I don't like that a bit. I'm not sure, because these things tend to do in their own. It would concern me if they were more deeply entwined than I thought. But still, if you're willing to help me, I'm willing to help you. Well, that's not fair. I'm willing to help you regardless, but I'm asking if you would please help me in return. I don't know much when it comes to these infernal bids.
Actually, this may come as a good idea. You always been having this. I'm not saying you entirely, but there's always been these incursions of eldritch or outsider beings fucking with shit they shouldn't. People doing stupid shit. Why not make weapons that can harm them? Specifically. And she's saying this while looking at Angus. From that our little experiment we did in the necropolis. That stone.
I don't think that's a good stone to use, lass. I think that thing would probably embolden them, if nothing else, being as unnatural as it is.
Well, its nature, it devours magic, right? And Arcana Lost use magic itself.
That's a thought to think on, lass. Because if we're wrong, or if it gets a hold of it, that would be a very difficult fate to undo.
Alternatively, we could, instead of using that stone, use Laystone. Couldn't you guys can't, if you hold up the Laystone side, can't you really use this? It's I'm under orders not to give this type of thing to you.
I'm fine with that.
Why not make something similar of your own? Like a hammer with Laystone into, I don't know, banish beasties like that? Or a sword? Because using steel for mortals is one thing. For other beasties.
Monsters need something else, perhaps.
Yeah. That's the idea.
Understood.
On that note, dealing with monsters, I'm gonna need help making 2 necklaces of fireballs.
Hey, could be possible. That will take quite a bit of time, though.
And I was really wanting to find someone else that could do it faster. Instead of giving 2 weeks, I don't have that much fucking time.
It would take me at least 2 weeks to make a single one, lass. It'd take me over a
At
month.
that point, there's a knock at the side of the door.
Oh, hello, Sal.
Sorry, I overheard quite a lot. Some vague, some better when I got closer. Don't worry. I can probably help you with your little fireball thing. We've done it before, but again, precautions. Did I hear that they were right? Arcana Loth.
That's an unhappy word. Yep.
And she just sort of
There's one in the city.
she squints her eyes and it's just like she's trying to look for something and then she just goes box looking thing.
You are correct.
I would have said it had a head of a dog or a jackal or
It
something like that.
depends.
Close enough.
Looks like a man with a shadow of a beast.
I've bought one of those before.
Oh, really?
Back in Cliffspire.
Okay.
It's a whole story.
You don't have to. No. You don't have to worry about that. I had some vague memories of what I was told by my previous employer about that. Yeah, no.
I know he was present as well.
Okay then, great.
Like I said, whole story. So we have one of those in town. Great.
Yeah, and we have something called a Rakshasa also walking amongst us.
Hey, so I can't make that fireball necklace in time. I'm just not that fast. Even if I spend double time and sleepless nights, I'd only get one done in a week, and nothing else. And I've already promised Vellum that I would finish some crafting with him prior. I'm sorry, but I can't go back on my word for that.
No. That's fine. I would rather ask that you tell me you can't do it, rather than you doing something that you wouldn't
No, I
ever
can do it. I just can't do it in that timeline.
Alright. I can probably help on that front. Now, about the Arcana Law and this Rakshasa thing.
Rakshasa.
Yes. I think both of you have overlooked a material we've encountered before. If we're dealing with powerful casters from a different realm, infused obsidian weapons? Just looks
sounds-
between them.
That's not a bad idea. I can't hold it though, sadly.
Oh no, you don't need to hold them.
Oh,
You just need to stick it in them.
I know a
Arrows,
lad that's pretty good at making javelins.
spiky shards, arrows, throwing daggers even.
A net?
Whoa. It may work.
Bola or a net could do well. Can't magically teleport away, physically restrained.
The problem is that, let's say if we do get them cornered and kill them, they'll just go back to the Nine Hells. I would need to find somebody, hopefully, who has knowledge to either open up a gate to the Nine Hells or knows their true name. Open the gate to the Nine Hells, you can pretty much make sure that they don't ever come back. The true name will banish them and they will never come back ever, but knowing just looks at Angus, I don't think banishment is what you want to do. You want to make sure he never comes back.
Oh yeah, I wonder if you're talking about Zakraz my Arcana. No, I want to undo his being. From what I hear, I don't know much when it comes to these things. They just turn into ash, these devil creatures. Some maybe goo. And they disappear with a hideous laughter. You think you've slain them, a blade through the heart, only for them to return the next day, as if nothing happened. Sometimes striding through a ring of fire, stepping out of a shadow. It's different for each, but they don't die. Their body is gone and they go somewhere else, ready to return.
Oh, no. They can die. You just need to, from what I've read recently, you can open up a portal to the Nine Hells, and if they're within that realm or close to it, that portal, you can make sure they never come back. They stay dead.
So I
Or
have
you-
to open a door to the Nine Hells, drag them in there, and kill them in the realm of devils.
That are close to proximity to the portal.
Actually, in this world, it's the Seven Hells.
There you go. Perfect. The Seven Hells. Great. That's easily done.
Well, not by us. I would have to find an individual that I think I know. He might have internal knowledge. I just need to find him. The one that helped us with Vadmia. The old man. Can't remember his name. God, I'm forgetting names now again.
I have a question for you.
Yes?
You're wise. Have you ever heard of shifting planes?
He opens up one of her bags and holds a case, an obsidian case. I have a scroll of it. Given to me by that same old wizard man that helped us with Vadmia's condition.
I happen to be able to cast that spell and bring up to 8 other friends with me to go to a different plane if we're looking to do that. If we want to enter the Seven Hells. Or it lets me throw a soul, willing or not, to any plane of my doing. I'm curious if these things are able to come back to the mortal plane here. If they can enter the known world through the astral filament from any place, or if there's only a highway from the Seven Hills. If I were to banish it to a different realm, would it still be able to return?
If you
Or
use
only
this,
from its domain it draws power?
if you use this true name, it will be barred.
Without its true name. With this
Without it-
spell, I need to know if it can return to this realm from any plane, or only its home.
Most likely,
If that's where it's really at,
it most likely can return here if the true name is not used. It is.
we'll have to find a true name.
It's the reason why Bane, the older his friend, that helped us with Vadmia, he might know something. He gave me the plane shift and seems to work a little bit higher than, it was higher magics than what we currently could use. I'm going to have to find him.
I have a very stupid idea.
How stupid is it? Is it Willem stupid?
Maybe. It kind of involves him, though. So, as Angus mentioned, banishing them to a different realm. My thought was, since they are coming from a very unholy place, why not throw them into a holy realm?
Okay, now you.
Well, that was my thought. That's why I mentioned it.
But if we know it's
Curious what
true
would happen
name-
if I threw an infernal into the high heavens.
They would have an allergic reaction, I'm probably sure.
Okay.
Hilarious.
I'm entirely sure. Do you understand the ramifications of that?
Oh, I'm quite aware, that's why I said stupid idea, but here's the thing. If we have its true name as well, can we lock it to said realm? No help from the infernals or demons. No hellish support. Stuck in a realm of divine magics.
It is the thing. What I said, what I looked up is it is barred from ever returning to the mortal plane.
That could return home.
Yes. So, as fantastic of an idea that is, as equally, if not more dangerous, that we bring a fiend to what is known as the high heavens, and we have angels possibly breathing down our necks.
Right.
Oh, but,
Bad idea
tell me
to
it wouldn't
start a
be
cult.
hilarious. Like, here is a treat for you, mini crusade. Just throw Infernal in the middle of their town square or whatever they have. It's a
Thinking it
little
through,
treat, a little smite just for them.
I think that would probably start a cross-realm war, which we've seen how that goes here in our realm.
This
I do not wish to have it between two different realms.
So you keeping this really simple. In the cosmic Ethereum, there is a rift. That rift has fiends going through it, and angels attacking the fiends coming through said rift. That's something that's already happening.
Oh no, I mean like suddenly a fiend appears within the celestial realms and they don't know how it got there. Or wanting to know how it got there.
Oh yeah, and they probably look at us and be like, intruders.
The last thing I want to do is get Vellum or Angus here in bad standing with their divine gods of choice.
Fair point, and as brilliant and out of the box thinking that is, I'm reckless. Not that reckless. Just keep it small, keep it contained. If not, we just make sure we find a way to kill it permanently.
Ladies, I find that our conversation's growing a bit cyclical. I've had a long day and I do need some time to think about what has happened. I'll
Right.
leave some more brainstorming to you, but do be wary of getting caught in those loops, as he pointedly looks at Dejar and then to Sayu. I know how you bounce the same things off of each other again and again. It's nice to be able to share that passion, but if the conversation has no end, he kind of slaps his knees and stands up. I might have to end it myself. At least for me.
That's fair. Okay. If you have any more questions about other beings, that's more specific besides fiends, I will draft you up some ideas and or solutions.
Might ask if I'm to help you with your thing. Please look into that being for me. I'm in a very small window. I don't know when he may leave the city, and I only have so long. Any research you could do would be highly appreciated.
Oh, I'll be definitely going down to assumedly the Undercity to do some on the spot research to find my quarry and yours as well.
On the spot might be a bit dangerous, but I understand. For now, I'm gonna excuse myself. I've had a draining day.
Oh, I've
Take care, ladies.
Yeah, I appreciate the conversation, Angus. Take care.
And he will see himself out, but not before he grabs that dusk blade and stows the hilt in his belt.
I think I might call it for tonight as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Stay up drinking coffee.
I'm a grown-ass woman. I can do what I want.
Yes, and I'm giving you a friendly suggestion.
Friendly suggestion. Noted. However, I cannot hold such promise.
Okay. So, is there anything else you guys want to do before you head to bed?
Nope.
No.
Anything anyone wants to do before I move over to the next day?
Sleep.
Okay.
Let's end this the longest day in
Yeah.
existence.
Okay. So, sleep comes lightly to some of you after a long day in Tectaros. The heat of the city still clinging to your skin, even in rest. The mind lingers, turning over the sights, the sounds, the scents. A serpent bazaar, pulsing with life, smoke and saffron. Sugar and iron, perfumed oils on woven sleeves, the tang of salt-dried snake meat curling beside incense-heavy prayer stalls. Sayun. It was specifically the smell of grilled melon seed cakes and scorched slightly at the edges that reached further beyond anything else back into memory. As that memory stirs. The breeze moves across the dream, catching the hem of your robes. The sun is warm again. Not the blazing, dry light of Tectaros, but the silken gold light of Xuinlu in spring. You were younger here, your rebellious teenage years, no more than 14. Lighter, still growing into the shape of that the world expects of you. The upper market rings of Xuinlu unfold before you in layered brilliance. Stacked terraces and covered walkways twist around lacquered towers, each rooftop edged in emerald tiles and gold-beaded wind chimes. Lanterns sway from woven cords overhead, their red-orange light kind of flickering across a sea of drifting banners and shop signs, each scrawled in calligraphic ink or stamped with family crests. The streets are alive. The road underfoot is polished, stone sort of inlaid with winding serpent motifs, each loop a reference to fortune, eternity, or some maybe clever inside joke that Lin Yun would probably understand if you weren't busy chasing a wheeled cart of wooden toys pulled by a merchant through the crowds. You see him up ahead, laughing as he dodges a fishmonger carrying a bucket of flopping river eel, as Jujin ambles beside you. his hands behind his back, his posture utterly unhurried, despite the press of bodies and smoke. His coat is weathered, this sort of patchwork of squares and stitched silk, one elbow still slightly scorched. The jade monocle glows faintly with a wink down towards you. The eye beneath it is completely obscured, ringed by burn scars. On his shoulder, a brass cricket clicks twice. Jujin had arrived earlier at the estate that morning, uninvited as usual, but greeted with enough nods from the house staff as the brother to the master of the house himself to suggest this was far from his first offence. He'd found both you and Lin Yun sort of hunched over scrolls in the southern study where your tutor, Tien, had left you copying passages on moral virtue, battlefield formations, the usual stuff. He kind of tapped on the window instead of using the door. And then kind of whispered through the lattice with a conspiratorial wink. Before your brain melts and leaks into your calligraphy ink, come have a walkabout with me. Get some fresh air. I'd like to show you something. He said he'd wanted to stir your minds, to sort of grease the gears, in a manner of speaking, to show you what the world actually looks like before someone tried to cram it into rules and proverbs. And he promised you back before, long before Tien noticed. And right now, Jujin walks a few paces behind, arms clasped behind his back in a loose scholar's posture. Though he often pauses, to point out a rusted weather vane shaped like a bat, or a roof tile crooked in just the right way to resemble a dragon's eyelid, or the sound of a kettle whispering. That's a perfect sea. You hear it? Perfect for tuning a wind fruit.
I hear something, but I don't follow.
Sorry, a bit quiet. I've got to turn you off a bit.
Yeah, I have no idea why it's quiet.
You speak a bit louder into the mic. I didn't
It's
catch that.
literally right next to my mouth.
Ah, okay, whatever you did there, that was perfect.
I don't
but-
quite hear it, but
Go ahead.
no, that's her answering to him.
Ah, okay. Each observation is sort of cast off casually, not directed, not lectured, but just kind of offered. A trail of peculiarities left in his wake, for you to either notice or ignore. And his voice kind of floats just behind you and Lin, light, amused, but his sharp eye clearly tracks the both of you through the drifting crowd. He never says it, but he is watching for your safety, always. But not too closely. He knows the two of you need space, to think, to wonder, to imagine. And for just a moment, the market doesn't move. The voices blur, the breeze softens, the air smells like ink, hot stone, rice sugar dust. And here, amid all this colour and motion, what catches your eye, Sayun? What invention, scent, sound, or mistake sparks something inside? What spurs your imagination in this moment? What might shape you? Not just the daughter of House Ashikaze, but as yourself. What scene can you see happening, Ducky, in this marketplace that sparks her curiosity?
It's not in the marketplace itself, but rather a little niche outcrop of a little waterway so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Water flows into a small little basin, and in there is the usual critters one might see and find, but it's not that catches her eye. It is a spider, of all things. A spider weaving a web intricately from where the stones meet, creating a nice pattern, both in the classical spider sense, but it weaves in and out between rocks, still following the pattern, still having that almost mathematical precision. She just sort of pauses, sits down, and just stares, head slightly tilted.
Which is, he's not watching, not in that sort of guarded fatherly way, but with a quiet brightness in his expression as you sit down. The corner of his mouth kind of curled in that familiar lopsided grin. I saw that look. The world clicked for a moment, didn't it?
Almost, I guess. How does a spider know to keep the pattern?
Some say it is instinct. From thousands of years of commonly replicated behavior. Some say the spider itself has a spirit that knows just which pattern correctly to use. There are many theories. What do you think the correct one is?
I'm not sure. Even memories from the past, inherited or not, they don't account for the patterns of the stones here.
No, but the
Not
Masonry
weather.
Guild does.
Not people. All I would have to do is grab a stick and move its strings around, and it would be different.
And what pattern do you think it would make if you did that?
It could repair it, I assume, but it could also try something new. Build from what exists.
Clever, isn't it?
Why doesn't it build bigger?
Perhaps it is simply constrained by its size.
No, I've seen spider silk, and I have held it up close. It's strong, but always so thin. Why not bigger, stronger? Weaved like
know.
rope.
And it raises a brow. The grin curls on his the corner of his mouth again. Now you are beginning to see. He opens his coat and kind of reaches into one of the deeper inner pockets. And from it he draws two objects. The first is a small brass beetle, no larger than a coin, squat, ceremonial, horn curled and hinge legs that twitch faintly. The second is a thin-bodied cricket, finely tooled, its limbs delicate and shaped with calligraphic precision. It chirps once before he sort of tilts it in the light. Before he kind of looks over towards Lin Yuan, who kind of proclaims, "Uncle, look at that!" And he points up towards the far side of the market ring, where a carver is working on a massive block of dense, dark wood. No tools, just small brass nails, each tapped carefully into the grain. As he works, the pressure and pattern of the nails coax out these subtle shapes of the wood's natural growth rings, creating the illusion of a drifting koi pond as the light catches the surface. He's not carving. It's like he's listening to it, like he's listening to the wood. Jujin follows the boy's gaze, and for a moment he doesn't speak, and he smiles, and it beckons him over. And he presents both of these inventions to the both of you. Oh, this one, he says, raising a brow at the beetle. Inspired by the day I watched a rhino beetle push a melon rind uphill for half an hour. Didn't give up once. He sets it in your palm, Sayun. It lurches slightly, the weight's almost surprising but warm. And this one, he says, offering the cricket to Lin. This one mimics tones. Tries to learn how humans sing. Can't manage a rhythm worth a damn. Invention isn't always about brilliance. It's about noticing. The way fabric twists in the wind, how steam curls off of rice. The sound the teacup makes right before it cracks. Inspiration in what most people forget to look at. Like your spider, for example.
So if I were to... She sort of holds up the beetle slightly higher. If I were to build this bigger, like the beetle, could I push a house?
You could
She just sort of idly turns to look at the nearby building.
Jujin kind of places a hand on your shoulder, big smile, and says, "You can do whatever you put your mind to, Sayun. You want to build a beetle big enough to shift a palace, you can. But
that is just brute strength.
What was that again?
But that is just brute strength.
Well, invention is more than just brute strength. But invention is not always safe either. Your father thinks that danger lurks in the jade. He's not wrong. It is dangerous. He gestures loosely towards the calligraphy stall where an apprentice dips a brush with slow reverence. But so is thunder. So is fire. So is crossing a line in ink and deciding it means something. And he closes your hand gently around the beetle. You might break it eventually, or improve it. Perhaps get it to push a house, or a palace. Maybe both. That's the only way it becomes yours. And then he says with a wink to Lin, "That one chirps when it hears lies. Or maybe compliments. I'm still working on the distinction." And he kind of steps back, satisfied. "Don't drop them on your toes. Or worse, each other's."
Now just immediately looks to Lin and just... I'm smarter than Lin. And then looks to the cricket.
No, I can... I am much smarter than you. I aced my test.
After I helped.
I got most of them without your help.
Just slight turn of the head, eyes not glaring but having that knowing look of
Jujin's smile kind of lingers for a moment more as he watches the both of you argue. And you watch his gaze shift for a moment, just for a second. It's small, very subtle. A flick of his eye over your shoulders, then as he's kind of kneeling in front of you. Soft crease of his brow, his posture stiffens, almost almost imperceptibly, but you've seen him long enough to feel it. Something's caught his attention, just off the market path.
There's not like a. She doesn't take her eyes away from Lynn, but she does sort of. In the way you curl your mouth to speak in a direction. Uncle?
Kind of his gaze still lingering behind you. All right, you two, he says, kind of clapping his hands once softly. Change of mission, new objective. He kind of leans forwards and nudges you both gently towards a nearby stall. Why don't you two go buy some dumplings? Those ones there, chive and taro root. Trust me, best in the entire district.
Last time Lynn had them, he farted.
I did not.
A little bit. Real stinky.
Jujin kind of laughs for a moment. Share a portion, take your time. And no stealing from each other's. I know your tricks. Kind of places a couple coins in. He grins and places a couple of coins in Lynn's hands and ruffles both your heads with both hands just to distract from the suddenness of his gesture. And kind of shoves you off. Stay in sight, but out of the road. Under the awning. I'll be just a moment.
As Lynn procures said dumplings, Sao remains inside, but peeks out. Careful, but nevertheless.
Lynn kind of says, "Where do you think he went?" As he kind of takes a handful of his own portion of dumplings and stuffs them into his mouth.
Either he spotted father, or father's right and he is in trouble again.
You think he's in trouble?
Not the first time I've heard of it.
You watch as the steam rises, curling through the warm light of the awning, but your eyes shift, peeking past, drawn back towards the alley. You can see Jujin has just disappeared into. And just past the shrine gate, behind a curtain of red-dyed laundry, there's a narrow corridor of shadow between two tall buildings. The stone here is damp, darkened by lack of sun. A set of cracked prayer tiles lines the wall, partially obscured by draping silks and stacked crates. Jujin stands near the entrance, his back towards you. His head is bowed slightly. His entire posture is very different now, smaller, guarded. His arms are no longer folded. His hands are no longer theatrical. One rests lightly on his side pouch. Not threatening, just ready.
He is definitely in trouble again.
And across from him, half hidden by the shadow, is a figure. At first, only the outline registers. Tall, narrow, clothed in black robes without pattern or insignia. The hood is drawn low, casting the shadow, the figure's face in shade. There's no gesture, no movement. Not a word passes from where you stand. Only the occasional flicker of a hand. There's a brief animated gestures. Looks like they're in conversation.
If only I was closer to listen. He just looks to Lynn for a moment.
Lynn kind of looks back to you. Do you think we should? Could get a little closer.
Not both of us.
Just a bit, just to see.
No, too risky.
Then you go.
I won't be able to eat the dumplings. Okay, you eat the dumplings. We've cleared the plate. If he has questions, we were here.
Okay.
And I swear, if you fart on me on the way home,
I won't.
it's just
I didn't.
shit-eating grin.
I didn't. Just go. I'll keep the dumplings here.
You're the best. And she skedaddles off.
Okay. You scurry away through the across the street, pinning yourself up against the wall next to the alleyway, trying to listen in. You've always had a fairly decent, a decent ear for these things. You've always been a
Percent of awareness.
Jujin holds something in his palm. He's going to peek around the side of the corner. It glows faintly green, like the breath of a furnace banked low. Jujin passes it forward slowly and deliberately. The figure accepts it, tucking it beneath the folds of its cloak. Pause. Then a hand emerges from the black robe. A small drawstring pouch, red silk, embroidered with something you can't exactly make out. And it's handed over without a word. Then you hear voices. The figure says, "And once more, you're late, Jujin." Jujin replies, I had company. Nephew, niece. Your kind don't exactly blend in with during the market hours. Our kind makes no habit of blending. We arrive, we are seen, we are remembered. Who are remembered like a fever. Pause, this bit of fabric rustling. You owe us, badly. This is not a new conversation. Look, I am paying, slowly and carefully. You were warned about slowness. Supplies of infused jade from the western reaches have slowed to a trickle. The ministries are doubling patrols. We grow impatient. Then smuggle it yourselves. I'm not your damn quarry worker. You're not. You're our investment. And you're behind schedule. The sound of the pouch exchanging hands, soft coins, crystal shards. Look, I told you, my work needs time. If you want results, let me work. Cut me off and all you're left with is scraps and half-finished ideas. Cut you off, and we lose a tinker with debt, not a partner. I didn't agree to partnership. You agreed the moment you took our jade. We fund your genius because others fear it. The Magistry turned its back. We opened the door. But your door is still open to other concerns. Children, family, ties to the Red Brand Army. There's a pregnant pause here, a moment of silence. You leave them out of this. The figure replies, you've made them relevant. They don't know. They won't know. We don't care what they know. We care what you feel. Distraction, hesitation, family poison's efficiency. Jujin replies, more firmly this time. They are not a weakness. No, but they are a timer. Take too long, and you start thinking about them when you should be thinking about us. What about your work for us? There's an irritated click of a tongue behind the mask. Keep the shipments ready. Finish what you promised. Don't make us appear twice in one season. And just before the figure turns to leave, the light shifts and you catch a glimpse beneath the hood. Just a flash. A red mask. Smooth, lacquered, long white and curved fangs, and faint horn-like flares at the forehead. An infernal grimace carved into stillness. A red Hanya mask. And then the mask vanishes back into the darkness, as does the figure. Jujin stands alone for a moment longer, runs a hand over his face, and pauses over his ruined eye for a moment. Straightens himself, puts on a metaphorical mask, a smile over his own face, and goes to head back out of the alley. What are you two doing?
Well, Thou is currently bolting the fuck away. Very unladylike, but fast.
You scurry across the side at the other end of the street.
Hopefully back in time, and hopefully someone has eaten most of the dumplings by now.
He has.
What? They were good.
I don't blame you. They are good. Anyway, he's coming back and should be back any moment now.
Eugene approaches you both with a little flair to his step again, dusting his hands like he's just returned from nothing more serious than a sneeze. And he looks down towards Jujin, the now singular portion of dumplings, and says, "They were out of dumplings, weren't they?"
So I just kind of gives him a mild shrug. He's the one who's gonna fart.
Don't tell me you only got one portion. You know I burn calories faster than I think.
Well, maybe you should eat something a little better. It's just, there is that knowing little tease that, yeah, he could probably eat something a little better than dumplings all the time.
Well, there was that one noodle place down the road. Should we go visit there?
Oh. She just sort of claps her hands. The little giddy child and noodles.
The grin widens, and he gives Lynn a subtle nudge. Pulling the boy's attention turning towards a musician tuning her guzheng nearby. Come on, we've got time for one more stop before I get you two safely back. Smuggled back into Xian's judgmental eyebrows.
Not like we were done 30 minutes before you came.
He gives a bit of a chuckle as he shoos you on. You notice over your shoulder his attention briefly turns back to the alleyway, that smile immediately fading. Brief bit of worry over his face.
Come on, Uncle.
Right. Just behind you. And he follows on. The dream and the memory fades as you come back to wakefulness the next morning.
In a moment that could best be described as idle hankering and just muttering to herself. She just, I could really go for some noodles. And that's how Sa wakes up.
Alright. So, the next morning comes. I'd like to pan over to Liska. Actually, now, shall we pan over to Sable? He's not done anything.
Hello, I am part of the story.
Yes.
Sorry, brain is realigning itself. Get out of here. Alright, so, I believe Atlas, there was a scene that involved Vellum that you wished to have, yes?
Yes. The question is, do you want to do an Etheria scene or do you want to do a Angus Vellum bro crafting scene?
Well, I think...
Do we go into the friend plot or do we go deeper in the daughter plot?
I think it's... just checking my schedule here. Why didn't I... Oh, I'm in the wrong DM. Yes, Vellum checks on Vadmir in the morning after prayer, so... The first point of contact would be Etheria, so let's do that. So, Vellum starts his day. His usual 30-minute prayer, and as the Etheria has noticed by habit at this point, since it was the last morning and it's this morning as well, he stops off, checks on Vadmir, makes sure she's okay, makes sure she's comfortable, and it gives Etheria some time to do things besides sit there all the time. So he once more arrives. I believe it's in the tower we keep it for safety reasons.
Yes.
And he will...
Have you been sleeping in the tower, or have you been sleeping?
That's a good question. I can't remember.
That's up to you to decide, buddy, because it'll determine a little roleplay thing.
Yeah, that's a...
Are you sleeping in the nice house that fresh, or are you doing the cramped battle tower?
I think the rooms in the house are close enough to the tower that he's comfortable sleeping there. At least for the moment. So he'll arrive into the tower.
Then on that morning when you go for the thing, you would hear I guess the equivalent of Elven, a sad sort of lullaby song that is just sort of being sung and emanating from the room where Vadima is up higher in the tower, as it seems she's there and she's tending to her in the morning.
He will approach as quietly as he can. Not to interrupt the lullaby at all, but still making his presence known in a non-destructive fashion.
When the hatch for the ladder opens to go to the second floor, she immediately stops the singing, completely sort of lost in that moment and realizing, oh, someone's here.
Reality exists.
Yes. Also, she's never done that in front of anyone, so...
Oh yeah, it's an oddity in the behaviors. Well, he won't draw attention to it yet. He'll move around to where the bed is, and so just a gentle pat of the head of Vadmir.
How's she been doing?
Not too bad. Occasionally, she gets a little bit of probably nightmares, cold sweats. She kind of gestures towards she has a little bucket and a damp cloth. It seems she was just giving a little bit of a wipe down, keeping her clean even in her sleep. She has her hair very finely brushed after this, and it's in a little braid. He's, in a way, pampering her.
He'll sort of sit down at whatever side is non-etheria side, and like make adjustments to the pillow, adjust her posture to anything more comfortable. He doesn't have to staying in one state for a long time. It's bad.
Hopefully, she'll be done with them soon.
His attention is focused purely on Buck. And it's sort of like a pause of silence for a few moments.
I know she'll come out the other side when she's ready. And when this sleep of hers is done, but the waiting is killing me.
It's definitely, it's difficult to deal with. Sometimes you have those feelings of helplessness. Otherwise, you may feel like her whole world is in your arms. And you're the most powerful thing in her life. But you can't force her to be ready.
I know.
Some things she has to be able to do herself.
It's a part of growing up, and that's a lesson I know will do well. Just wish I could do more besides check on her and sit with her. There's talk of ways to get into the dreams she's having and make this easier, more successful. I don't know. There's all talk, and I keep myself distracted, busy as I can.
What you can really do is throw yourself into the problem and let it go.
It feels like I can't do either. I can't let it go because I feel like the moment I do, it'll be like I'm not caring. And I can't throw myself into a problem because I'm just not capable. Hell, I didn't sleep too well last night because even though I'm just across the way, it's still feeling like too far.
There's no real easy answer for these things. Sometimes the only answer is that everything is awful. That's life sometimes. There isn't a happy ending. There isn't a nice result. Things are just rough for a while. You can accept that sometimes you're just unhappy. Well, easier to move on.
I've seen enough of that in my life to know it's never that easy. Some things you just can't move on from, and sometimes moving on from them just makes things worse. But I'll do my
Maybe.
best.
It'd be better than being caught living in a cycle of the past.
You've been watching her a lot lately. Are you alright? Do you need more than the short amount of time I'm here to stretch your legs?
I'm a little uneasy in cities like this. People get a bit uneasy around me. I know with my wonderful charms and amazing conversation, it's hard to believe. But it's true. Avoiding some of that is a little easier on me. Besides, I have a lot of reading. I've been reading a lot about the nightmare, trying to learn more about it so I can push it away. I took every one of her books with me. I'll read them all. And I'll find an answer for her. She will have a better chance.
Are you talking about Vladimir or your sister?
My sister's chance is lost and over. There is nothing that can undo what has been done. I can only learn from her. That's all there is left to do. I hope she can step forward in the proper path, but I can't drag her along it. At least I can steer the little one away.
Back home. Back home. A long time ago. I was pushed, guided with an uncaring hand. I was told and taught and recited stories about the grandness of battle, the brilliance of stratagem, the importance of certain traditions. And through it all, it disgusted me. It was pushing me away from the path. And for a while, I thought I wouldn't have to walk down it. And he sort of pauses. Since he's about the place, he's less armored up. Like, he's still got some of the more some of the less cumbersome accoutrements on him, but he's still ready to go in a moment, as is his nature. But as he
He's
sort
just
of
got like his breastplate, but not all the extra fancy doodads. The
Yeah,
essentials.
no helmet, some lighter garb. But as he sort of ponders what he's equipped with and is reminded of his circumstances, he continues. And yet, here I am, on a similar but different path. I'm a warrior. I strategize, I have stories of my own. The grandeur of battle is something I've ended up being surrounded with, whether I plan to or not. What I'm trying to say is, your sister will find her own path, even if it's similar. Maybe it'll be different enough, but just remember that it's always her path, and help her as you might, it's important to remember about being careful. Something you think will be helpful or well-meaning can end up having the opposite effect.
That's some good advice, Sunshine. Sometimes you have to let someone walk their own path, even if you think it's the wrong one. Even if you think you know better, that there's a safer or correct, whatever you want to call it, your way may not work for them. And if we're trying to stop someone from destroying themselves, and always, you can only be there if they're ever willing to come back, to leave their path, and be willing to rejoin yours. Sometimes you can see the pain a path brings and do your best to make sure others don't follow, not without knowing the lessons that the predecessors have already learned for them the hard way.
I've seen a lot of strange things and stranger people on my very short journey. So if I know anything, it's that there's always things you don't know. You could be an absolute brain box like Sal or Deja, but even people like that don't see the full picture. They don't know all the experiences. And what may be a dangerous path to you may be more clearly seen by others. Now, this nightmare shit, it's bad news. And your sister's good to get away from, but there are things that she sees that you don't, much like there are things you see that she doesn't. And sometimes being open to how people see things, let them share what they know, let them say their piece, and accept it for what it is. Then things get a little easier. When you see her again, I'm sure you'll do right by her. Until then, you gotta remember why you are doing all of this.
She keeps her gaze kind of down, looking at Vedem as she gently strokes her hair, and kind of looks up and with a big sigh, just you can sort of feel the weight of your words on her. I hope I was able to reach her in that way before. Even if that's her path, that's what I'll accept. I know the pain that it can bring. And that's a path one should have to choose, not be deceived. And she turns her gaze back down at Vadima, or forced into.
Well, I don't know your history, except for what we heard that day. But I can tell that you're different than you were, and I think she saw that. And you spoke honestly and openly, and with whatever care your utterly lacking charisma could muster. He remarks with a small, very tiny grin. The point is, she heard you. And I can't say it'll be a perfect reunion, but she'll have time to think without the nightmare clogging her mind.
Can only hope. If she did, maybe my words are still with her. And I'll have you know I'm very charismatic for a satyr. I'm just not good with short-lived people. Painful conversations, painful memories make it hard to want to remember names.
So I'm just checking something real quick. I gotta confirm the lifespan of kobolds for a moment.
Short.
Yeah, I just had to be sure.
Yeah, if you thought satyrs to human-esque lifespans were something...
Yeah, that's a question I can ask Janner. Janner, what's the lifespan of kobolds in your universe? Roll20, not Roll20, 5e says it's 120 years.
Most kobolds survive until 20, but they can live up to 120 years.
Man, that's a wide range.
Yeah. They live very chaotic lives, so it's essentially the same as goblins.
So it's less an old age life expectancy and more of a how long will it take them to get killed?
Yeah.
accident prone
Mm-hmm.
or
All right.
stupid.
Like a creature in captivity versus the wilds. Yeah, it
Yeah.
could live that long, but it's not a natural part of their sort of existence.
Yes.
Well, I know compared to the likes of satyrs and demons and mountain folk, we're all a lot short-lived specks at time, but a friend of mine back home before she left, she used to tell me about the shortness of her kind's lives. How they could be snuffed out in a moment, purely by chance. And so, I don't fully get it, but I know the pressure of one day painful memories.
It's not one day. I'm sorry that you've had to deal with a friend that you've lost like that. We'll lose soon. It doesn't really get easier.
Well, the worry creeps in now and again. I mean, she's out there somewhere. I haven't seen her in years, but, well, Dina was always a crafty one, so I figure maybe she'll stick around long enough for me to see what she's done with herself.
Here's to hoping for that.
Here's to
If
hope.
she's anything like you, though, she might go off and do something to get herself killed.
Well,
I sure hope
Dina was always
you
the,
didn't get her bravado from her.
No, she was a sensible gremlin, is the best way I can put it. She had a way of getting into trouble, but she always had a way of getting out. A little more level-headed than I am sometimes. That's saying something for a couple.
I tend not to deal with kobolds very much. I've seen enough of them in their sort of draconic fervors. They get very... She kind of rubs the back of her neck a bit. Overbearing.
Well, it's funny that some might consider me a perverse twist of human or orc, depending on what side of the fight you're looking at.
She's kind of going to look you up and down. I've seen how you talk to women. You could have just ended the sentence with perverse and still been accurate.
Oi. I am respectable.
Of course.
My
But,
point is, everyone's different. And
yes, there's nothing wrong with being different or being you. Work. She's going to kind of look at you a little bit. Something not work. There's a lot of ways we get lost in our own titles, in the ways that we look at ourselves. In our own desire to belong, we end up forgetting who and where we are. You're you. And that's something that's special. Because no one else is.
we are all ourselves. For better or worse. And whatever the world becomes because of us. Everyone has their own stories and lives their own way. It's strange to say, although wildly different the kinds of people in the world are, but I've sort of stopped seeing the surface level. I've stopped looking at what people are and experienced who they are. But that's just me. I'm gonna give a shrug. Because I shrugged in real life, but you can't fucking see it.
Yeah. She'll just kind of stay quiet on that for a minute. It'd be nice if more people were that way. A lot of people don't look at the who. They just look at the what. Or they'll think of what you are and make up their own minds. True or not, before you have a chance to even show what you really are, their mind is made, fate is sealed, and that's that.
Well, that's their fucking loss. I know I've seen far more interesting things learning the who over the what. And the ones who don't get to experience that.
I suppose.
Now, as people keep telling me that I need to take some time for myself and take a break from my troubles, my worries, you'll give Etheria very poignant. Go get some air, even if it's just a walk around the garden. Being cooped up in here, books or not, is not going to be good for you. Even if it's just for a little bit.
I guess I could go back to that grove.
Wouldn't have to deal with all the people. Did you say something? I think
Maybe.
you just sort of ate it.
No, she sighed and went, all right. Maybe it would be best to sort of let the guard down for a little while.
You stay too tightly wound for too long, and your body suffers, and so does your mind. We'll be alright
She's
here.
just kind of. She'll look at her palm and give it like a little clench. Tightly wound is right. I can't even remember the last time I had a hot bath.
Well, there's a rather nice one here.
I'd prefer something a little more private. Plus, she's kind of gonna rub one of her arms. I don't think Varesh would appreciate how I bathe.
She gives you trouble, just come to me. But she's been...
Oh no, I'd be the one making trouble for her.
Whatever makes you more comfortable. Do what you gotta.
I suspect that when Etheria stands up, it's nothing but pop, 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 pop.
Kind of. Pretty much. She'll go ahead and she will retrieve her little bag by the side of Vadima, and she'll go through, she'll get a couple of things. She pulls out a few little bathing supplies, some stuff that looks like it's some sort of like unscented soap. There's like a vial of some kind of like dark kind of tar, and also just a simple little towel.
I have
Alright.
my theories as a player. Sorry, continue.
I'm gonna go visit that grove for a while.
Sounds good. I'll be here.
And as Etheria approaches the exit, whatever direction she goes, I don't know if she's going to go up and out or down the ladder, but just as she's about to leave the room, Velen will speak up again.
Does it help? The singing.
She kind of like locks up and freezes. It calms her. It's the song that calmed me when my village was raided by nightmares. And it does the same for her.
You'll just give
I don't
us.
know if you can speak it, but one day I could teach you the song if you would.
Maybe. We'll see what I can manage.
Don't tell anyone. And she has obviously like an embarrassed tone in her voice, or perhaps almost shameful. And she hurries down the ladder.
As she's gone, once she's gone from the room, she would start hearing something herself. It's got more of a rumbling tone
Like a
to it.
like a baritone.
Yeah, and it's definitely not a language you know. As Velen starts singing some very, very smoothly paced and calm Alshamic hymn. There we go. End scene.
All right.
Given we're 9 minutes away from time, how do we want to play this? Should we stop?
Do you want to briefly sort of touch on Liska's escapades through the jungle before we kind of, I imagine, sort of pause midway through that as like a cliffhanger?
It's an even question.
It probably.
I mean, can it be done
Yeah,
in
that's-
like
that's
6 minutes?
Let me see.
Would that rush it? Because he has to go.
It's
Damn it.
fine, Jenner. We can end on this very, very emotional note and then start up with jangle action next time.
Okay.
Yeah, just things take time. Let it happen.
It may not be the narrative note you planned for, but it's a narrative note that we deserve.
Okay.
The Batman of narratives.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what we need, the one we deserve.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to pick a time that is is a natural point to end.
Okay. We'll
Go for it.
come back next session, starting with Liska's jungle escapades.
Yeah.
And he panics.
Yes. I shall stop recording in 3, 2, 1.